Boom, and we're going.
No, what are we
talking
about?
Hey, internet people who may or may not listen to this shit. This is the as of yet untitled,
as of yet,
podcast, I guess. Possibly weekly, maybe bi-cockly. Who the fuck knows?
Spencer likes cocks.
I love cocks.
He'll do that.
All right. Yeah. So I'm Spencer.
I'm
What's
Chance.
Up? That's Chance.
I'm Blaine.
There's Blaine. And we're just going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about and maybe play some games. And you're going to sit there and fucking enjoy it. So.
And by you, he means no one.
I mean no one. I think we should force some of our friends and family to sit through at least one just so we can say we have viewers.
Well, the thing is, Melody's in the other room right now, so she can hear us anyway. I'm still going to make her listen to it.
Yeah, she could be a special guest. Idea. We could bring the girl in. No?
She's
okay.
Right.
Wow. We are going to get no viewers. This is a sausage fest now.
Dicks.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, so anyways, I think we kind of just... Well, I kind of just sprung this on you guys real quick, and I didn't really have any talking points. You don't have any?
This is worse than my job as Robin Williams' jumping off point.
Yeah?
I was set up for a cutaway in Family Guy, but this is a podcast, so...
Yeah.
Just you guys didn't see the cutaway. It was
YouTube
awesome.
that video.
I didn't see that, otherwise I could have, gone with it, but that's alright. Blaine, you want to explain what game we're currently playing right now, or not playing at the moment, I guess, is a better way to explain it.
I'm not playing.
And Chance isn't playing at all. We are playing a game called Wasteland.
Yeah, it's a game that a local guy created.
Yeah.
He's a game store owner.
Local guy.
Yeah.
And
it's a deck building game. Kind of like Ascension.
There you go.
Or, there are other games like that. I can't think of them right now because I'm bad under pressure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So much pressure in your own living room.
This podcast is going to be great.
Today is Blaine's birthday, so if you're listening to this podcast, pause it right now and sing happy birthday to Blaine.
Happy birthday.
Not you,
I
you
can do it right now. All right. Fuck. Sorry.
No. It's a terrible idea.
My bad.
Blaine doesn't want to hear the song. I just want him to know that somewhere out there someone listening.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, sing him happy birthday. Well, hell, I don't know. Fuck, let's just keep going.
All right.
And play stuff. I don't know what's happening in the news recently, guys. I mean, have there been
the Oscars were yesterday.
The Oscars were yesterday,
and Lincoln didn't sweep.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
And Argo won Best Picture, but nothing else.
Yeah.
So
Jennifer Lawrence is the second youngest person. Is that what I said? Second youngest person to ever win an Oscar,
right after Marlee Matlin, and that's affirmative action at work right there. She's disabled, so she doesn't count.
That was terrible.
Wow. Yeah,
but so true.
He wouldn't be painting you.
Exactly.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Memsy was a great movie. It's a good thing she can't listen to this.
I'm sick right now. I've got bronchitis, and I almost blew snot out my nose laughing. Thank you for that.
Good.
At least when I watch a movie like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, I can be like, he's not actually retarded, but watching Marlee Matlin act is just really sad.
I'm not sure I can ever watch... Who is it? Sean Penn? I'm not sure I could ever watch a movie with him again and say... Well, he's not actually retarded.
Oh, you watched I Am Sam?
That's a different... I mean,
that was a good movie.
That's like saying that, what's his face? Dustin Hoffman is actually a very good driver and blackjack player. He's really not, probably. He's just a decent actor. He's also Captain Hook.
I can say I didn't watch more than like 5 or 10 minutes of the Oscars last night.
I can successfully say that I watched none of it.
I don't know what I did. I think I played Halo 4, probably.
Yeah. I watched The Walking Dead instead.
I watched Dragon Ball Z Kai.
That's a better night. That's a better night.
Bad. Yeah, that's a much better.
Which episode was
it?
I watched 3 episodes from the time that Piccolo starts fighting Android 17 until Cell gets there, and then Cell absorbs Android 17, and now
that's just a shit-tastic day.
Android 17. Yeah. What were you getting ready to say?
Apparently we missed Jennifer Lawrence falling down on her way up to accept her Oscar.
That's depressing.
Isn't she the chick in Hunger Games?
Yes.
Yeah, she's in Hunger Games. She's also Mystique.
That's why I don't know shit about her, because I don't want to watch
Well, okay, that's fine.
Battle Royale -5.
That's fine if you don't want to watch the Hunger Games.
I'm just
whatever you've bitched about that.
I know. I'm just being.
But seriously, watch X-Men First Class. That movie was fucking.
Was she in X-Men?
She was Mystique,
she was
and she was boss. Actually, that movie was really good. I finally got to watch it. It's really.
I have been wanting to see that. I need to.
Is a really good.
After watching the Wolverine
Is
Origins
that on Netflix
movie,
yet?
I don't think it's on Netflix.
No. Hey, Netflix, please sponsor us. We can say that you have awesome movies on there.
Yeah, which, by the way, they're getting Adventure Time soon.
Are they?
That's awesome.
That is fucking awesome.
See,
I'm totally
I remember
stoked about that.
Somebody told me a while back that Netflix was getting a bunch of Disney movies, and I was like, fuck yeah, but it's just the shitty ones.
Yeah, exactly. But
I don't know, Pocahontas is on there.
I'm really happy that
kind of
Cartoon Network is getting some stuff on there, because that means that they'll have good shows at least.
My Little Pony's on Netflix.
Like
Spencer's
said,
gay.
At least.
That was his coming out party right there.
Yeah, for future reference, I am a quasi. I'm a fan of My
He's
Little
a
Pony.
brony.
I'm not a brony.
He's a fucking brony.
I don't like the word brony.
Yeah, just because you don't like the word brony doesn't mean that you're not one.
So if
I don't like the word,
were, but I didn't like the
doesn't
word,
change.
then I'd still be is what you're saying.
Yeah,
exactly. Pretty much.
Like, I don't like the word, but I mean, what am I gonna do about it?
That was taking it a step too far.
Alrighty. You just heard our first not live podcast, and it's a good thing it wasn't live because motherfuck. Chance said.
That's my parents calling
That's
me.
getting cut out there too. Alright, yay, Chance, turn on your phone during the podcast. Woo! Alright. So unprofessional. Because we are obviously all professionals.
Exactly.
Alright, now that he's kind of buggered off, what are we doing? I guess I'm going to play
it's your turn.
My leader here and
Me too.
draw a card.
Draw a card.
What else has been going on besides the fucking Oscars?
PS4 was announced, and it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, as a former PlayStation fanboy when the 2 came out and not when the 3 came out, I can say I know very little about it, and I'm not too terribly excited. But, I can understand why someone would be, because I like we were talking about earlier, I really like the idea of being able to record your game footage without a capture card.
Yeah, without a capture card. Another thing that's really cool that's not really a selling point, but they're shipping every system with a microphone. So that's kind of cool.
Let me go again, I think.
Like, it's your turn.
With a mic?
Yeah, with a mic. Every system comes with a mic.
Like a headset or a mic?
Well, like a headset mic.
Okay.
Kind of deal.
Would it be able to record your voice
so.
and could it record the incoming player chat? That's something I find really
that would
lacking
be really cool.
About a lot of games. Like, Halo 3 and Reach and Halo 4 have a fantastic game footage recording. I mean, like,
right.
You can actually put clips, you can move the camera all around the battlefield. It's amazing. But you can't keep the voice chat. And that sucks because one time we were on this map, right? You know very little about Halo, but there was a warthog just tearing around the map, destroying my entire team. And eventually I said, fuck it. And they went to ram somebody. I jumped forward, landed on their hood, threw a plasma grenade on the hood, jumped back, and I hear this guy go, oh, fuck me. And then he blew up. And that would have been the greatest thing ever. But no voice chat, so it's lost.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, if it can do that, I'm actually totally on board for the PS4.
Another really cool thing is they're actually adding party chat, cross-game party chat. So you don't like Xbox Live has.
They don't have that yet.
No,
I didn't know
PS3
that.
didn't have that.
I didn't know that. I don't play PS3 very often, and I don't think I've ever played it with someone else.
Right. Which is another thing that I really
yeah.
wanted to throw out there because that's really cool.
That is
actually
very cool.
Trying to compete with Xbox Live. Because honestly, I'm tired of paying $15 a month or however much I'm paying. I don't even know how much I'm paying
for anymore. Xbox Live.
For Xbox Live, like I don't use it enough.
You don't play multiplayer games very often, though. In all fairness,
not only that, but the reason I keep paying it is because if I don't pay it, I don't have access to Netflix. I don't have access to basic shit that I should. I have an internet connection. I shouldn't have to load up my computer just to play or just to watch a fucking video on Netflix or YouTube or whatever.
I understand. I completely understand what you're saying there, and I feel that way too. But at the same
why
time,
do we have to use their bandwidth for it? It just seems like there's got to be some kind of a workaround behind that. That's just like it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, and
Like-
I agree for the most part, but you also have to understand that with the 360, number one, you get a lot more than you do on the PS3 in terms of.
You're right, but I'm still
content.
not paying for. I could give a fuck.
You're
about
just
the
paying
content.
the service for the basic service, being able to play online.
Exactly.
I can understand that absolutely,
Like there's
and
there's
it does
nothing-
suck that you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my biggest gripe about Xbox.
Yeah,
And why I've actually been slightly considering selling my Xbox, but I have too many games on it to really sell
yeah,
it.
that's my fault. I'm sorry.
It's not really your fault. It's just one of those things that happened, and
Yeah.
plus I'm kind of addicted to my achievables.
Yes, that is one of the major selling points.
I
of
really
any
hate
system.
trophies.
Do you hate trophies?
I hate the trophy system.
Why is that? Out of curiosity, because you don't have like a set number that you can see go up by like 10 or 20.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. But I mean, the whole idea behind I've got so many platinum trophies, like
Who gives a fuck?
yeah, like I've got this gamer score.
Like I have like
Like-
50,000 gamer score, or I have 50 platinum trophies,
Yeah.
or 30 platinum trophies and a bunch of gold.
Yeah, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that I don't know. For some reason I like the quantitative number over the like the amount of trophies that you can possibly get.
Yeah,
Like
and I can understand that, and it is kind of addictive, especially if you're somebody who likes that. Like in every game I played
Yeah.
before achievements,
yeah,
I would get every unlockable I possibly could.
exactly.
Like
And-
I played Fatal Frame 2 like 8 or 9 or more times
Yeah.
just to get every unlockable, and that was a pain in the ass.
And it's weird because realistically,
Chance is back, by the way. Say hi,
Every-
Chance.
Hey.
Okay.
every single one of the trophies that's on the PS3
Yeah.
is an achievement on Xbox Live. Like I'm not losing anything other than the number. Like my gamer scores like I don't know 6,000 or something like that. Like that's probably not even realistic.
I think
Okay.
it's like 4360 because I've been playing on your
Okay,
guy
yeah.
quite a
Mine's
bit.
like I think 43,000 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, yours is like
got
exactly
a lot.
10 times his.
yeah.
Spencer
But-
has a problem.
Alright, I do.
Well, Spencer does have a problem, but that's what happens.
Got lots of problems.
That's just one of them.
Erectile dysfunction is not a joke, people.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Spencer's dick is though.
It's pretty funny looking.
Dead end.
You know how they call it a mushroom stamp? And mine is actually... Nah. Okay, go
All right,
on.
that's enough of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can we not discuss how our dicks look like mushrooms? Is that not PC? Can
that's-
we not do that?
I think
PC.
I don't know that it's not PC. I think the problem with describing the shape of your dick on a podcast
I
is
completely forgot we were
nobody
playing the game.
cares.
Yeah, well, nobody cares, but that's kind of why we're making this podcast, is to talk about what we want to talk
And
about,
let's
right?
be realistic. Assuming this podcast makes it anywhere, it's going to be dudes listening to it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't know. If we talk about our junk enough,
what
it'll
kind-
just be dudes listening to it.
well, no. If we talk about our junk enough,
No-
we'll get
no
fat
one
chicks,
will listen
too.
to it.
I'm gonna nod my head. Awesome.
Awesome.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing this is an audio podcast.
Why? Because we just whipped it out?
'Cause you just
we're having a
nodded your
measuring
head.
contest?
We need to
You're
find
just,
a
like,
picture
nodding
of like
your
the
head.
3
Yes.
best looking dudes in the world and make that like the cover for a podcast.
There you go.
So nobody knows what we look like, and then we can talk about our rippling abs.
I call Robert Downey Jr.
I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
I'll be Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. Okay.
We're a good looking.
We
Yeah.
are a good looking
Just
group of
picture
men. Just
those
get Neil
three
Patrick
people.
Harris and we're good.
Oh, we do need a Neil Patrick
Wow,
Harris.
we do. Damn it. We're such bad fans of Neil Patrick Harris.
No.
I feel bad.
Well, I thought about him, but I figured I looked more like Robert Downey Jr. with the
Yeah.
dark hair.
I look almost exactly like Ryan Reynolds.
I don't look
Obviously.
anything like Bradley Cooper.
You're sexy, sir.
I'm gonna
If
be.
I
I'm gonna
weren't
be the
gay,
honest one here.
I would do you.
Wait, what?
What? All right.
I'll be
moving
the
on.
honest one here. I don't look anything like Bradley Cooper. Both of you are just bullshitters.
I
said because of the dark hair. I didn't say anything else.
Yeah, whatever.
I look like Ryan Reynolds because I'm male.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are our similarities.
You have arms.
I do have arms. I also
they-
have a face and some eyes.
And
Couple
a nose.
ears.
I see that right there.
Some hair on my head.
Yes.
I'm almost exactly like him.
Spitting image, sir.
We're both Caucasian.
Spitting fucking image.
You have the Green Lantern suit in your closet that you like to role play in sometimes.
That's true.
All the time.
He saves me, and then I
are
have to
awkward
repay him
days.
for saving me. It's great stuff. All right. I think our podcast is just going to be a little bit of us talking and then me making a gay joke.
that's
I think this podcast is going to be listened to by a grand total of 3 people.
3? I don't know.
Robert
See,
Downey Jr., Ryan Reynolds, and Bradley Cooper.
If we yeah,
They're gonna sue us.
exactly.
Wow. All right. Well, fuck. Well, you can only sue for like slander and libel, right?
Yeah, we didn't say that.
No, we're talking
we were
about
talking
how
about how
pretty
they
they
are
are.
very handsome.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Handsome's a
They're
better word
also
than pretty.
pretty good actors.
They are.
Yes,
Not bad.
they are very good.
Ryan Reynolds is pretty impressive. Robert Downey Jr.
What's
obviously
what's
also
the
very
movie
impressive.
that had Robert Downey Jr. in it that we
Kiss, Kiss,
fucking
Bang,
love?
Bang.
That's
That is
fucking
an excellent movie.
great. Everyone needs to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because it's awesome. And if you haven't seen it,
Ryan Reynolds
You're not
is
a
great
fucking
in
Badly's an adverb. Who taught you grammar?
exactly.
It's great. I just ruined it. I'm sorry, but you'll
Johnny
see
fucking
it.
Magic.
Johnny fucking Magic.
But, yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
Oh.
great in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Ryan Reynolds was awesome in Waiting. Or if you want to go further on in his career, I haven't really seen anything that he was bad in.
No, he's great in almost everything except maybe Green Lantern. I wasn't a big fan of that movie.
See, I
but
liked
it could have been the movie that I didn't
Yeah,
like.
I liked him in it at least. And then Bradley Cooper he was in The Hangover.
Yeah.
That was a funny movie. And then, what was that other movie
Jason
where he had the
Sudeikis
drug?
is in a movie called Extract. No, is that Jason Sudeikis? Or am I thinking
No,
of-
that's not Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Bateman.
That's
I'm sorry.
Jason Bateman and...
It's a Jason who was in the Kill Your Boss movie.
Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, they were both in that movie, so I get
Yeah.
them mixed up. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
Jason Bateman's in a movie called Extract. Is fucking brilliant. And
Extract's
Who's
on
the
Netflix.
chick from Paul?
Netflix.
Chick from Paul.
yeah,
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig is in Extract as well. And she's
good
so
looking.
hot.
Yeah, she's
She's
a
an
lot better
attractive
looking
lady.
than she used to be.
She's a good-looking lady. She's still kind of lanky.
She's kind
Like
of
nothing
odd.
against her, but
Just too skinny for you?
no,
Taste,
she's kind
or-
of almost bird-like. You know, like
I can see
like
that.
her
I can see
limbs
that.
just look like a bird's legs,
I can
and
kinda
there's
see
nothing
that.
wrong with
She lays
that.
eggs,
No, yeah.
so that's
Yes.
She's still
Yes.
a good-looking lady. She's just got
Yeah.
like
No, I
bird
Her-
limbs.
Her father was a pterodactyl.
I was thinking of
So-
Flamingo because she's kind of tall or tall-looking. She may not actually be tall. I
And she
don't know.
stands on one leg
yeah. She
frequently.
stands on one leg
She
and
sleeps
lets
on
one
one
leg
leg.
an egg.
in the water.
And she's pink.
She probably
That could
likes
be
pink.
taken in a bad way.
She probably likes pink.
Yes.
Pink is a color.
Pink
Yeah.
is a
Pretty
color,
sometimes.
yeah.
Not as
It's
the
all right.
singer because
No, nobody likes that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? I kind of liked a couple of her old songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, old songs like
Again,
Okay, so.
yeah. I don't know. I can
Were you
get,
going to say again no?
no.
Okay.
See,
No,
I can at least get behind some of her old songs. Like
No,
anything she's
I
done
couldn't get
recently
behind
makes me
anything
want to
she's ever
die.
done.
So who have you
I would
guys
be
been...
angsty to be angsty.
Speaking of music, who have you guys been listening to lately? Any new bands to look out for?
I have been listening to
Fall Out Boy?
Yes.
Of course.
Not the Lumineers.
Not the Lumineers.
Don't listen
they
to
really
the
suck,
Lumineers.
huh?
They really suck.
You heard it here, probably third or fourth, folks. Lumineers suck.
Yeah,
I've been listening
I
to a
probably
band-
said it the other 3 times
A
because
band
nobody
I
else has heard of
discovered
them.
that may have broken up, and I introduced you to them, Blaine. I introduced
Yeah.
Blaine to them, and he really enjoyed them. Was the name of the band is You, Me, and Everyone We Know, and they're fucking incredible. But I think they broke up, and nobody's ever really heard of them.
Really? They broke up?
I think so. I
That's
think that was their
sad.
last album called Some Things Don't Wash Out.
That's
Some things don't.
They have a song called that too. It's pretty good.
Is that my touch guitar?
yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I went upstairs looking for a Guitar Hero guitar earlier, and I found it and didn't know what it was. So
Yeah,
I was like,
It's the touch thing.
I've
I was
never
looking.
seen
I
that.
was looking for something for me and Chance to do because it was just me and him here, and we ended up talking. But I mentioned that I really wanted to play Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
And,
it does sound fun, right?
He said there may be a guitar upstairs, and I was like, fuck, I'll go see if I can find it.
It's
Yeah.
that guitar.
Yeah, exactly. That wasn't the one we were thinking of. I just thought it may be up there.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the hell my Guitar Hero guitar went.
Could it have been at the old house?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
That's probably where it is.
I doubt it's there anymore. Your
was.
old house has been like re-sided and shit. Like it's starting to look nicer. Yeah,
I haven't driven by there in a while.
I drove down 4th and looked at it the other day, and it looks quite a bit better than it did. I mean,
good deal.
I wonder if there's still a graveyard of cigarette butts.
Who knows?
It's been. We moved here in July?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been quite some time. But yeah, it's got brown siding on the side now.
Huh.
Instead of gray.
Huh.
I like the gray better, I think. I
well,
like the idea of brown.
The brown looks newer, which makes it look better than the kind of beaten-ass gray. But
I didn't really notice that it was brown. Anyway, Spencer, what have you been listening to since you asked the question?
Fun.
I've discovered fun. I heard I think
he had never had fun before.
No, I've never heard of fun. Oh my god,
tons of it.
No, I think I got really loud there. I'm gonna have to probably edit the levels on that.
You're kind of screaming a bit.
Well, in all fairness, I have like a really deep voice, and we did
fair.
that test earlier, and it does not carry well when I'm just talking like this.
Well, I'm sure it'll sound different on the recording, but for those of you at home, Spencer is screaming at us, and he has been this entire time.
Okay, I'm going to stop that. I was listening to what, We Are Young or something?
Yeah.
I heard that for the first time, and I did not care for it. It reminded me of the phrase YOLO.
Yeah, kind of.
And I'm just like, nope, I can make bad decisions on my own, and I don't need an excuse to do it. It's my bad decision to make.
No, but their song Some Nights, their other one that was on the radio.
That was
really good.
I like that, but the first one I really liked of theirs that I heard was Carry On, and that is freaking brilliant.
Does it sound anything
I love that guy's voice.
Like Kansas?
It does sound a little bit like Kansas.
And does he refer to anyone as a wayward son?
He does not.
Good. That's a good answer. Okay. That's the correct answer.
He does kind of have like that high-pitched 70s Kansas-y voice.
Yeah. I don't know. At the beginning of Some Nights, when they do the layering, it sounds a lot like the beginning of Bohemian Rhapsody, to me.
You people listening to the podcast can't hear, but I am adjusting my nuts.
Classy.
You're welcome.
Pants unzipped.
Well, that's because I'm, like I said, I'm gaining weight, man, and I'm getting like...
You're so fat.
My jeans are for skinny people, and I am not going to be a skinny person soon.
I am not going to be a skinny person soon.
Suck my dick. I'm a shark. All right.
Suck my dick.
Fuck you on the bus.
Fuck you. Was that one?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. That's funny.
You haven't seen the I'm a Bus?
I have not seen that one.
Oh my god, those are really good.
I saw one that said "Herder, I'm a horse," and it was a zebra upside down.
So it was an Australian horse?
I guess.
Awesome.
That was fucking golden.
A zebra is what happens when a tiger fucks a horse, right?
Pretty much.
That's what? That's how a zebra is made, right? That's what I was told.
Tiger fucks a horse.
A tiger fucks a horse and a zebra is made.
It has to be a white horse.
Yeah.
Oh, so what happens if a tiger fucks a brown horse?
Then you get what was that?
Duck-billed platypus?
No, there was an ancient not mythological, but an ancient kind of miniature horse that was brown and had like stripes on it.
A chimera?
That's what you would get. No, it's not a chimera.
Because those are neat.
It's a real horse.
Shut up. A chimera is a cross between it's like a snake. And
chimeras are really whatever the fuck you want them to be.
I think it's like
they're just creative
a lion, right? Snake.
No, a chimera. Yeah, it's a lion and a snake and something else. It's like a mythological creature, a cross between three different animals.
Bull, I think. Really? I think it might have the head. I think it has two heads and a snake for a tail. At least, and this may be me thinking of Final Fantasy X.
A lion, a serpent, and a goat.
Something with horns.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
The one on here looks really fucking weird. It looks like it looks mostly like a lion, except its tail is a snake, and it goes down, and the lion's pregnant, and there's a goat with its head just popping out of its back. Look at it. It's fucked up. It's weird.
Those are some sexy
chimera tits?
Chimera nipples, yes.
Yeah. Chimera Tits. That's the name of my new band. Just kidding.
I'd listen to them.
That's metal as fuck.
Metal!
almost as metal as neon flavored bunny rabbit.
That's pretty metal.
Yeah,
Neon flavored bunny rabbit.
that was the band name of one of my friend's old project bands.
Damn.
That never made it.
Sounds like they were hard as fuck.
Totally hard.
They go hard.
They weren't that hard.
Was that like a
But
punk
they
band?
were kind of hardcore.
I'm pretty sure that they had X's at the beginning and the ends of their names.
Yeah, and those X's, they weren't spaced with underscores. It was just an X, and then words, and then another X. There wasn't any underscores
Yeah, exactly.
or anything.
Yeah.
None of that pussy shit. The X's were there for real.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Both on their screen names and on the back of their hands. Real
There's a
shit.
small X and then a big X.
And then another small X.
That's not
When they
hardcore.
wanted to
That's
feel
pussy
really
shit.
hardcore, they put their hands up like next to their face.
Or do one of these. So
Yeah.
they've got X's on the back of their
Yeah,
hands
they-
and then an
they
X
cross
and then
their
their face
arms.
and they're like, X, X, X.
And then they
They're
go
like, I don't do
snick
drugs,
like-
but I like to advertise for porn.
And then they snick like Wolverine and they start slashing people up.
Yeah, that's the most metal thing ever. No, I saw a thing. It was like, you put chicken and egg to batter it, but it's more like,
Put chicken in egg?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I thought
you
I
put
thought
like
you said
chicken
egg-
breast and egg to batter it, but it said more like put the meat of the mother's dead carcass into the embryonic fluid of its child. It's the most metal thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's pretty fucked up.
Makes me want to watch Death Clock.
Nice.
Wow.
Nothing makes me want to watch Death Clock.
That sounds like a bad decision.
Is Death Clock the name of the show, or is that the band?
Oh.
Name of the show is
it's
Metalocalypse.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know why I called it Death Clock.
Because that's the name of the band.
Do you want to pause this?
Yeah. Hey, everybody, we're going to take a short break, and we will be back to offend you more. Dicks and cocks, yay.
See,
Yeah, see? We
we were
were
having
actually...
really interesting conversations.
Yeah, something that with actual substance to it. And then when we came back in, Chance said, I said, we have this really interesting conversation when we're not recording. And you said, yeah, and when we come back in, we're going to say, dicks and cocks, yay. And so therefore I had to say dicks and cocks, yay.
This is the end to our intermission,
Yes.
officially. You didn't have to listen to that part.
You could call it the intro mission.
If you want, you can rewind a little bit and then fast forward
No,
through everything
nothing.
he just said.
Yeah, sure.
I flipped the pig.
I flipped the pig.
He flipped the pig.
Yep.
All right, Adventure Time reference, yeehaw.
That's what that's from.
I noticed you deleted like 50 episodes of Adventure Time off the DVR.
I did. I was tired of it. I was tired of taking up all of the DVR with my shows. I'm sorry.
It's
did
cool.
that.
You deleted those, and I was like, I wonder what I can delete. So I went
Yeah.
through and deleted like 5 or 6 movies that I've watched.
I deleted a couple of your movies, and I'm not sure if you'd watched them. They were gray.
Yeah.
So I assume you'd watch
Horrible
them.
Bosses, I think you
Yeah,
probably
well,
deleted.
Horrible Bosses I've got.
Well, that's fair.
So, I mean, if we want to watch Horrible Bosses,
Yeah.
I'll put it off on a flash drive.
Because he definitely bought it on DVD
Yeah.
and did not torrent it illegally. Because that would be illegal.
Yes, that would
That's
be
wrong.
wrong. You wouldn't steal a car.
You wouldn't download a car, dumbass.
You wouldn't steal your mother.
I would download the fuck out of a car.
If I had a
that were an
3D
option.
printer that was big enough, I would totally download a car.
Fuck yeah.
You think the engine would work?
Well, I mean, eventually there's going to be some kind of 3D printer that works well enough to replicate all of the working parts of something.
Right, but what would you run it on?
I don't
You
know.
couldn't run it on gasoline. That
Hopefully
would melt the
someday-
plastic. Well, I guess
I'm
they
not
have
talking about.
they have 3D printers that print metal, though, don't they?
I don't know.
I think they do.
I'm not saying that it's going to happen tomorrow or today.
Right,
Like,
anytime
I'm talking
soon.
about sometime in the future.
The point is, if I could torrent a BMW, I would drive a BMW that
Exactly.
I didn't pay for.
Yeah,
I can't wait till that happens. I'm gonna torrent
that is
like
a silly
mansion.
fucking commercial. You wouldn't download a car? Yes, you fucking would.
If you could download a car, yes, you would. Everybody would.
You'd have
Yeah.
a Maserati, a Lamborghini.
Yeah, dude, I would download a big ass garage to keep all my downloads.
Exactly.
Exactly. Download a garage.
I would download a mechanic to work on my fucking cars.
While I was at it, I'd probably
Thank
download
you.
a mansion and a full staff.
That is the only laugh I'm going to get this entire podcast. You heard it, folks. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
What?
Spencer, you're funny. What?
Well, see, there you go.
See, that's a quality laugh, because
that's
Melody
two
hates
laughs.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, eventually we're gonna have to try and talk Melody into this because I think she can add some interesting conversation to the stuff. But for now,
I still don't think it's going to change the fact that no one is going to listen to
I
this.
don't know. You know, guys on the internet, they're like, a girl, I'm gonna listen to it and not talk at all.
What?
Yeah,
but it's a
she has
podcast.
boobs.
Like,
Well, in all fairness, Chance and Blaine have boobs.
hers are on a girl.
That's true. I want boobs.
You know, I thought I wanted boobs, and I got boobs. They're still not
Not that
that great.
See, we had a discussion back in 9th grade, actually, with a bunch of friends, and we were just like, you know, I think if I had boobs, I would not get anything done all day. I would just sit around and play with my boobs. And one of the girls is like, no, they're not that great. And the other girl said, no, yeah, I pretty much would. I just sit around and play with them all the time.
I would too.
Yeah.
Whee!
I don't know. I find them entertaining on other people, so I assume that they
If I
find
were to
them
go
as
out and get
entertaining on
breast
themselves.
implants, I would also buy a trampoline and a video
Right?
camera, and I'd be set for life.
Dude, you could sell that on the internet.
Zoom in just to the right point where it's just boobs bouncing. Nobody has to do.
You know,
that I'm kind of
I'm
a
pretty
hairy fat
sure
guy.
that already exists.
Probably.
If
sure it
it's
does.
the internet.
If it's the internet, it already exists.
That's my side.
Oh, goodness. What now? I
don't know.
see we have Nutella over here.
Nutella,
Nutella.
What's your favorite kind of peanut butter? Out of curiosity.
crunchy.
Like,
Okay,
are you talking
crunchy.
about brand name or
What, crunchy or creamy?
creamy?
Okay, I'm also creamy.
I
Brand.
know.
brand? I don't know.
I don't really care. Most of it tastes the same to me.
Really?
I've always kind of bought Jif because I don't know. It's pretty
know,
colors,
what's- what's
maybe.
in that?
But
That could be it.
I mean, peanut butter's peanut
I
butter.
like rainbows.
Well, I used to eat.
Is Jif
I think,
rainbows?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I used to eat Peter Pan until the whole salmonella thing happened.
I give a fuck. Peter Pan is the best peanut butter in the entire
it was
fucking
good.
universe.
I also
Holy-
like Skippy, but I mean, peanut butter's
I
peanut butter.
don't
to
know
me.
that I've ever had Skippy.
I'm not a huge peanut butter fan anyway, though.
I love peanut butter
I
and
like
jelly.
peanut butter, but I won't just like make a peanut butter sandwich daily or something
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
peanut butter sandwiches suck. Peanut butter and jelly, fuck yeah.
Peanut butter and chocolate syrup is fucking spot on delicious for a sandwich.
Peanut butter,
and chocolate.
peanut butter and marshmallow sandwiches.
A fluffernutter.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
disgusting.
I always heard it was a peanut butter and marshmallow sandwich, and I fucking ate them, and they were fucking amazing.
Fluffernutter. You get like marshmallow cream and peanut butter. Yeah, those are fucking delicious. My mom
Speaking of marshmallows, I think I told you. Did I ever tell you? Well, did I tell either of you about the one time I skipped school and was fucking miserable the entire
I
day?
think you told me about that, yes.
maybe.
Okay, well, I'll try to make a long story short.
TLDR.
Yes, TLDR. You can probably skip like 3 or 4 minutes forward, and I'll probably be done if you don't want to listen to this. But if you don't, then fuck you. Anyways, I'm cursing at the viewers we don't even have yet, and then probably will have not a second or two after I tell them to, fuck off.
Exactly.
Spencer's fired.
I'm fired. I'm fiery.
I'm
Yeah.
fiery.
All right.
He's fired because he's the person that has the fucking microphone.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea.
No, but
Braden's got one. I'll borrow it.
Fair enough.
when was it? I think it was 10th grade. My friend and I decided one day we were going to go up to Target. Or, I'm sorry, Kmart. Kmart still existed at that point.
Oh,
Kmart
right.
was a thing
Kmart
once.
was a thing.
Yeah, it was less than a mile down the road from our high school.
There
so,
used to be a Kmart in Joplin.
from the intermediate high. And,
That's where we're located.
yeah, I like Kmart. I kind of miss it, actually. I like it better than
You know,
Walmart.
Kmart went out, like, I think before I was in, like, 2nd grade.
Fuck.
The one in Joplin?
Yeah.
No,
I
it was there
keep-
longer than that.
I keep forgetting I'm like 85 years old.
You are, like, 85.
Yeah,
years
second grade for us, you were like 30.
old. Yeah.
1,000.
30,000.
Anyways, we were like, we want some fucking marshmallows out of nowhere. So we walk all the way up, get marshmallows, come back, go to school, and we're eating giant bags of fucking marshmallows all day.
That's a
And then-
horrible idea.
It's a fucking brilliant idea. Fuck you, sir. And the next day, we're like, you know what? We had fun eating marshmallows yesterday. Let's go get more marshmallows. And so this was a little bit later. And than
This
it was
story
the day
is coming
before.
from the skinniest guy in the room, believe it or not.
I can fucking pack it away. I just have a high metabolism.
Yeah.
Food, cock, whatever you give it, and you can pack it away.
I love packing dicks away in my mouth.
And fudge.
And fudge in my mouth. That's gross. All right.
You're the
Never
one that
do
said
ass
in
to
my
mouth unless you're with Spencer.
Hey, in the heat of the moment, it is permissible to go ass to mouth.
Is it? Is it permissible?
That's what they said in Clerks 2, so I think it's okay.
I don't necessarily think Clerks 2 is the best place to get your sexual prowess from.
I will have to disagree. Because you can see Jason Mewes doing the mangina singing Goodbye Horses, so I'm totally down with it.
That's kind of my reasoning too, actually. Interestingly enough,
Fair
that
enough.
in the Donkey Show.
Interspecies erotica, fucko.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Kevin Smith is awesome. If you haven't seen his movies, go watch them all.
Now.
Yeah,
Stop
now.
this shit. Go watch them and
Yes,
come back.
I
yes,
guess I'll see
and
you
come
in a
back,
second.
then you'll actually understand these references. But, cough, cough. Yeah, he and I are both sick, so
Bronchial.
sorry about that. That was Chance, by the way. This is Spencer. That's Blaine. Say hi, Blaine.
No.
He said no.
That was plain saying
Yeah,
no.
it might take a while to get used to our voices, but once you learn their sultry tones, you will love them.
We do birthday parties.
Blaine just grinned at me like I'm a fucking idiot, and he's right.
It's because that's what I'm doing half the time you're talking.
That's fair. All right.
You're an entertaining son of a bitch, Grandpa.
Yeah.
I am.
You tell some great stories.
Back in my day. Yeah, I know. This story's taking me like 30 minutes to get to like the first point.
Sorry. So those of you who fast forwarded, he's still only halfway through the story. So
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go another 4 minutes into the future, and I still probably won't be done.
Marshmallows.
Yes, marshmallows. We got marshmallows the second day in a row. And it started to rain. And we were like, fuck, that sucks. So we were walking back to school in the rain. And a friend of ours, this chick, comes and picks us up. Or drives by. She's like, hey, guys, come on. Get in. I'll give you a ride back to school since it's raining. And we only had like 15 minutes until... like 10 or 15 minutes until the fucking first bell rang. Anyways, so we got in her car and she's like, oh fuck, I just have to go pick up something from my house real quick. And we're like, okay. And then she starts driving in the opposite direction of the school. And we're like, where the fuck are you going? She's like, my house, it's over this way. I'm like, okay, well I guess we could still make it in time or maybe be a little late. And so we go to her house and she picks something up, I guess. I don't fucking know what. And
Tampons.
it takes her like 15 fucking minutes to get whatever she fucking needs, so we're already late for school.
Tampons.
And I'm like, at this point, you know, like I said, this is the only day I ever skipped school. I was a goody fucking two-shoes in school. I didn't do my homework,
You fucking people.
but I got good grades and I
Not
obeyed all the
skipping
rules.
School and shit.
I never skipped school, but I also never did my homework. I didn't give a fuck.
I
Yeah,
did both.
I didn't do my homework. I did it if I liked the
No
class,
homework.
I guess.
I didn't like most of the classes.
Yeah, I didn't either,
Well,
so I
until
didn't do
like
most of my
junior,
homework.
senior year. And then I was just fucking off most of the time.
All right, we
Yeah.
got a 4-minute deadline to make.
I know, and we've already passed it.
So she went to pick up some tampons. You're on the way back to school.
Yes,
with a backpack
tampons,
full of
sure.
Marshmallows and a boner.
Yes, bag full of marshmallows, a boner, and some tampons. And she decides she has to go by her bank.
How old is she?
Right? That's what my fucking
I'm gonna run
question.
by the bank, then drop the kids off at the babysitter.
Yes,
Go pay the mortgage, and then I'll
Exactly.
go back to second hour. What the fuck?
exactly. No, but we're like, all right, fuck, whatever. I guess we don't really have an option. We're not going to walk all the way back to school from here.
What a bitch. Hey, can I inconvenience you
And so
guys
we
for
go to
about
her
an
bank,
hour?
and we spend like 20 minutes at her fucking bank, probably. I don't remember how long we were at her bank.
Those loan officers are assholes when you're 15.
Maybe. And anyway,
What the fuck?
we get down to the bank, and I think it was at this point. It may have been a little later. I don't, you know, like, this was a long fucking time ago for me. I'm fucking old.
Yeah.
This
you're-
was 13 years ago. I was in 10th grade. Yeah, that's right.
You're old.
People on the internet are gonna be like,
Grandpa,
"What the
finish the
fuck
story."
was 13 years ago?"
Yeah. By the way, if
Yeah,
Well,
story.
the Twin Towers hadn't fallen.
Basically, she goes, "Hey, you know we've already missed this much school. Let's go ahead and skip the whole day." And me being a goody two shoes, I'm like, "What? No, let's not do that. No, we'll get in trouble."
Yeah, I know that feel.
And so yeah,
Like a
apparently,
terrible day.
I had the most miserable day of my entire life because I was so sure that somebody who knew my parents was going to fucking see me and tell my parents I was late. Or the school was going to call and tell her that, my parents, that I wasn't at school. And
see, I never skipped school, but in retrospect, I feel like if I had and my parents would have found out, I could have been like, okay, you're right. All my fucking failing grades that I don't have are going to get even worse. Let me skip a day here and there. I'm not doing too bad.
And see, here's the thing. There's an older guy at the church who I was, at my church, who I always thought was kind of a crotchety old fart.
Crotchety?
And I'm 99% sure that I saw him at the mall that we went to. We went to the Promenade Mall in Tulsa. And like I said, I was miserable all fucking day.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I fucking saw him, and I'm pretty sure he saw me. Because he looked at me, and I kind of ducked into the market, which was the skate shop down there at the time. And I was just hoping he didn't see me. And as far as I know, he never told my parents, because they never brought it up after the next day. Basically, we, spent all the day at the mall. I'm fucking miserable. We go back to school. With 5 or 10 minutes left in the last period. How fucking pointless is that? If we hadn't done that, I could have just said I was fucking sick and I stayed home. But no, dumb bitch fucking drives us back to school. So we're back at fucking school. Next day, or that day or the next day, my parents were like, "Hey, why'd you skip school? Is cool?" Or I was like, I felt sick before school, so I walked all the way home, and then I felt better, so I went back to school at the end of the day, but there was only 5 or 10 minutes left, so then I came back home.
So your parents thought you had Down syndrome?
Yes. No, I don't know why I thought they believed that fucking lie. I mean, am I the only one who wouldn't buy that shit?
Pretty much.
I thought, I was like, I'm a fucking idiot. What are these words coming out of my mouth? Stop talking. But they're just like, okay, don't do that again.
Yeah, I've given my parents some pretty shit-filled stories.
That's worse though, right? That was the worst story ever.
I've gotten away with some pretty... I've made people up that I've gone to hang out with before. Like, people that didn't exist in real life.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
Going to their house.
That's pretty badass.
Are you Amanda?
But, yeah, that is the story of the only day I skipped school, and I was fucking miserable.
Jeez.
It was a good story, right?
Terrible
fucking story.
It was alright.
Alright, so we are going to cut out the last 10 minutes of the fucking podcast, because apparently it was pointless.
So far?
We are currently at 44 minutes and 3 seconds.
I defy you to find anyone who will waste that much of their own time.
Like I said, I would listen to this podcast.
Hey, you know what?
You would listen to a man shitting with the most... You would listen to a man shitting who's been eating Mexican for the last 12 years.
Like nothing but Mexican food for the last 12 years?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That could almost be musical, though.
Also fourth meal.
It could. Mm-hmm. Also fourth meal.
The Kevin Smith, Peter Griffin fart off. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So how about them...
Yankees. That's what people usually say when they say, how about them, right? How about them Yankees?
Sure.
I wasn't.
Really I don't follow sports.
I follow basketball, kinda sometimes.
I follow soccer.
I did that once.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I follow basketball a little bit. Enough.
Blaine follows it more than I do.
See, my problem with most sports is they're not fun to play and they're not fun to watch. Like football and basketball and baseball are fun to play.
Baseball's not fun to play.
Football's actually not that fun to play.
Yeah,
basketball's fun as hell to play.
Of those three, basketball is way more fun.
Basketball and soccer are both.
Golf is fun to play.
Golf is also fun to play.
Golf is fun to play.
It's kind of fun to watch.
Really?
I can't.
I can watch bowling though on TV. I can watch billiards and darts.
I can watch bowling on TV because I also enjoy bowling, but I don't like watching golf on TV because if I want to look at absolutely nothing, I can just look outside.
Fair enough.
Well, if I wanted to look at some...
That's
some
true.
nice
You don't
looking-
even see the ball flying. You just see where it was and where it is
you
now.
see a guy swing a club, and then the camera pans to the sky for a moment,
And then you see...
and then back down.
And then you
Like,
see a
look
guy
at the
get
pretty
pissed off.
sky. There's the ball.
You see a guy get pissed off or maybe smile a little bit, do a little wave to the crowd. Like, that's about all that ever happens in golf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the most exciting thing that happens is when the crowd gets happy and somebody has to
Exactly.
tell them to shut up.
Exactly.
Like,
Guy holds up the quiet sign harder.
shut the... Read my sign!
Yeah, exactly.
Physical comedy is lost on podcasts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's shaking his hands like he has a shake weight in his hand. Like jerking
I thought
off.
of a joke the other day. A shake weight. You know what it's powered by? A Power Stroke V8. I thought about it.
Yeah.
I didn't tell anybody for that reason.
I wish you hadn't.
Well, anyway.
I didn't tell anybody for that reason until now. And now we're just...
You
It
said
wasn't
shake
that bad.
weight.
It wasn't
You
that
said
bad.
shake weight. It became relevant.
It would have been funnier if you had said masturbation is what powers it. Just that one word. It's not
To be
clever.
fair-
It's
to be
just
fair.
dirty.
I think anything...
How do you punish Helen Keller? Light her on fire and throw her in the woods. Like, that's that kind of joke.
That's really funny though,
Yes.
because it's not making fun of the fact that she's deaf, dumb, or blind. It's just being really fucking sick and twisted.
I mean, realistically, you could punish anybody or anything in the same way.
Is that like a really bad anti-joke? Like...
I think it's the best anti-joke I've ever heard. That's brilliant.
That's probably my
is that
favorite
really
Helen
an
Keller
anti-joke?
I don't know.
What
I
is
heard
an
it once.
anti-joke? I've never heard that term. Is that
an
just a joke
anti-joke-
that's
well,
not
okay.
funny?
You know about why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
Exactly. It's not because there's a deeper meaning. It's not because the chicken is crossing the road, therefore getting hit by a car, therefore dying and going to the other side, like another realm or something like that. It's not because of that.
Oh, it's just to get to the other side.
It's just to get to the other side because there's no punchline. The punchline is no punchline.
Interesting.
The fact,
And that's probably the most famous joke in history.
exactly. Everybody's heard it, and that's the most famous anti-joke. It was. I don't know if it was one of the originals, but it's.
Okay.
So it's-
I see what you're saying.
You
now.
set it up like a joke, but
Exactly.
then it's
and
like
you go somewhere that they aren't expecting.
Exactly.
It's not
But
funny.
it's not funny. Yeah.
exactly. It's not
Exactly.
necessarily funny. Like an anti-joke could be like, "What do you see when you look out the window?
Yeah.
The grass.
Some trees, maybe."
Yeah.
Like that's not a joke, but it's an anti-joke.
What's green and red and could kill you if it fell out of a
when,
tree?
when someone asks you a random question,
I
you
don't know. A
expect
bowling
it to
ball
be a
painted
joke.
green and red.
A pool table. I was lying about the red part.
That's not a joke. That's just horrible.
No, but I realized that just now. When you ask somebody a question that has nothing to do with anything else,
Yeah.
they think you're going to come out with a joke.
Exactly.
And so, you mean, what we're saying is that by
Especially
not
if-
going in the direction of a joke, it's an anti-joke.
Yes.
Especially if it's something that sounds like it's being set up as
Yeah.
a joke. Like I told you guys about the Joplin bag lady died recently, R.I.P. But if I would have said, "Did you guys hear how the bag lady died?" you would have thought I had a joke. But I would have just been like, "No, she froze to death. It was really fucking sad."
That's
Yeah.
fucked up, yeah.
Not a joke, just a fact. But
Yeah.
Would that be an anti-joke, or would that just be...
I don't know.
I think that would just be an anecdote.
Okay, fair enough.
The bag lady froze to death.
So
don't be homeless.
So we're qualifying that an anti-joke is you are setting this question up to be an anti-joke.
Yeah.
You have to have that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
right. So it has nothing to do with the
Okay, so it's not just how they interpret the question you're asking.
right.
Yeah.
It's you're expecting them to think it's a joke, and you're gonna throw
Exactly.
them a curveball.
Exactly.
Okay,
So the Helen Keller thing was definitely an anti-joke.
that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
That's
would-
not an original. I heard that from somebody years ago, but
I would consider that an anti-joke.
You could add anyone's name in there.
yeah, exactly.
and it's still funny.
How do you punish Tom Cruise?
It wouldn't be as funny
Lights
if
on
it
fire
was
down
Anne
the woods.
Frank. You could add almost anyone's name in there, and it would be funny.
Ben Stein? No.
Okay, anyone who's not Jewish, you can add in there, and it's funny.
Oh man.
Also, no one from the Temple of Doom.
Whatever.
They got their hearts pulled out and thrown into a volcano.
Fair.
It's just not cool.
It's not.
Did they get thrown in the volcano? They did, right?
I don't remember. I haven't
not
seen Temple of
misremembering
Doom
that.
since I was like 7.
I haven't seen it for a long time either. I usually watch. I've seen Raiders a lot, and I've seen The Last Crusade for a lot. What?
Speaking of which, we need to watch
The rest of the
Star Wars.
trilogy.
Actually, I think we just need to rewatch it.
Yeah, I think you're right. We
We
watched.
watched it on it now.
Yeah, we watched what, 1.5 of them.
No, we watched 2. We watched,
Did we?
We
Or
watched
do you guys-
We
episodes
made it through
4 and
Empire?
5.
Are you guys
Yeah.
riffing Star Wars, or are you just watching it?
No, we were just
Kids.
watching it.
All right, on.
I mean,
Yeah.
we kind of riff it. We kind of riff it during.
That's what we should do.
We
is
watched.
riff
Okay, well, here's
shit.
the thing. We watched probably about half of A New Hope, right?
Yeah.
But without talking, and then finally, I was just like, I'm gonna say something because, like, we've both seen this movie, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Multiple times.
it's not. It's
Exactly,
not like we're
but,
gonna
like,
miss anything.
What we should do is instead.
In
of
fact,
doing-
I think the reason we started talking was because of all the stupid shit that they added in. You know, that wasn't in the original
you're
fucking
right.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We made it through about all of the leading up to the.
I think we got to
We got
a
to
little
Mos
past the
Eisley?
cantina. Yeah.
I think we got to like Mos Eisley,
And we're like,
And-
motherfuck.
and we just started laughing at the little things running around.
It's just ridiculous.
But
that's not
that's-
the movie I grew up with.
You guys have heard of riff tracks, right?
Yeah.
The riff tracks
Yeah.
guys. What we should do is instead of riffing shitty movies like they do,
Riff
we should
brilliant
riff
movies?
really fucking awesome movies that we've seen a million times.
And then we can just put the audio up on YouTube and they can sync it up with the movie.
Yeah.
To be fair,
That's a
they
great
do-
fucking idea.
Riff Tracks
High
actually
five.
does good movies.
Do they? The only riff tracks I've ever actually watched was I watched the Rocky Horror riff tracks, and I
I would
watched
like
them
to
do a
see that
Twilight movie.
That would be fun.
And I enjoyed the fuck out of the Twilight movie while they were riffing it.
I bet.
I'm not even gonna lie, it was really, really funny.
I bet.
They were pretty good guys.
probably be good.
Hey, riff
I
tracks
watched
guys,
Twilight
Shout out to you.
once, actually.
I've seen
Sponsor!
When I was living with Garen,
I've seen
We
all
all
of the
watched
movies
it.
so far, with the exception of the latest one that came out.
it was horrible.
The latest one?
No, the
Oh,
first one.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
the first one
horrible.
was terrible.
They're all bad.
Speaking of which, I know I'm going to be called a blasphemer for this, but I was watching the first Harry Potter movie, and I was just like, this isn't good.
Well, the
No,
thing is,
it's the age.
well, yeah,
That's what it is.
Is
Because
it?
even when I was younger, I
See-
wasn't as good as you guys, but I could
Yeah.
still kind of appreciate it.
I
And
think
now-
the problem is,
No,
I don't think the problem is the age, honestly. I think the problem is the fact that it's such a shitty, like, I think it's a shitty, I don't know,
Do you think
adaptation. That's the word I was looking for.
Really?
A shitty adaptation. I don't like the adaptation at all.
really.
Like,
Do you think that
I
the
didn't-
adaptation got better in subsequent movies? Is that what you're
no,
saying?
not really.
You don't like the Harry Potter series?
The fifth one was the one I stomached the best,
Okay.
but 4 was just outright terrible.
Really?
I really hated the fourth movie.
See, I like
See,
most, if not all
There
of
was
them.
I liked
nothing.
all the books. I liked all
like,
the movies, but
I didn't read all
on the
the
same
books.
token, the fourth book was my least favorite book, and as it happened, the fourth movie was my least favorite movie. I always assumed that was a coincidence, but maybe not.
Honestly, the fourth book was so formulaic. Like it was just a terrible book, really. Like you could predict literally everything that was coming,
That's fair.
Like,
I haven't
except
read
for
them in
except
so
for
long.
except for the port key. Spoilers. Except for the port key at the end of
If
the
you haven't read
names.
Harry Potter by now, go kill yourself.
Exactly.
Thanks. I've read most of it. Some of it.
You've read some of it.
I've read a few books.
That's all right.
And I still like the
That's
movies.
forgivable. Anyway, up to the
We'll
port
probably
key.
delete that.
Up to the port key at the end.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. It was very predictable. Like everything was like, oh, Harry's going to get picked out of the Goblet of Fire. Oh, Harry's going to find a way to complete this challenge.
That's fair.
Harry needs help from his friends. Oh, this happens. Oh, this happens. Oh, shit. The trophy was a port key? Oh, okay. Well,
Well,
oh man, a character died. That sucks.
I also think
You
I
think
watched,
if he would have died in the fifth book, that he would have been surprised by everything else that happened?
Harry?
Yeah.
Harry had died?
Harry died in the fifth book, and they
Yeah,
kept
sure.
going a couple books after that.
Yeah, sure.
No, I watched when I was in Chicago. Not last time, but the time before that.
Yeah.
We were watching some of the Harry Potter movies, and we watched the last one, and then directly after that, we watched the first one, and there was it's pretty fucking ridiculous, the difference, and I think age does have a lot to do with it because like
The CG also.
well yeah
that
the
CG was shit.
The CG in Sorcerer's Stone is shitty, but when I saw Sorcerer's Stone the first time, I was 11. and I had
That's
no
fair.
fucking clue. I was like, this is awesome, I love this book, this is a movie, cool, neat. But, I mean, obviously the next 7 movies came out over the course of my teenage years up until my 20s.
Sure.
And they got progressively better with each one, so I didn't really notice, because it just appealed to me at the time.
Yeah.
But I was at the...
Hey, you must have really liked it, yeah.
Honestly,
Well, I was a huge Harry Potter fan.
You were a big Harry Potter fan.
I was a big Harry Potter fan. No, I was
That
a huge
sounds
Harry
like
Potter fan.
a sex move.
And
Right?
Give you a Harry Potter.
the movies
Harry
were...
Potter fan.
Harry Potter fan.
With that said, the movies were... They were produced to appeal to my exact age group.
Yeah.
And
That's-
I let myself fall victim to that marketing, which I try not to do most of the time, but I mean, I was into it. I really was. And some people...
I don't know.
Some people are still, like, obsessively into Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
sure.
She could hear you pointing. That's brilliant.
I don't. The problem is, like,
Can I just say, I like her commenting from the other room. That's funny. That
Okay.
amuses me. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I mean...
from a completely different perspective, I really didn't like the first book. I really didn't. It was boring. It was slow. Like, there was a lot of there, and I understand that that's kind of how it has to be, especially for a 7-book series. You've got to put. You don't have to, but she put a lot of emphasis on building up the world and building up the characters.
Yeah.
And being like, okay, this is how the characters are going to be. This is how the characters are going to act to these certain situations. But on top of all that, like, it just was. It was just a weird. It was a weird story.
How old were you when you read the first book, though?
I was probably in 5th grade. I was probably about 11 or 12.
Yeah, see, I read the first book when it came out, like, whenever that was. I was probably, like, 8 or 9.
Yeah. I didn't get into it until everybody else had already, like, basically gotten into it. And
See, I was amongst the first wave of the
I
Harry Potter
was
fans.
not. I think...
And to those listening at home, I'm not opposed to Harry Potter. I'm still a Harry Potter fan, but I have grown out of my, like, obsessive
I'm
fandom.
not... I was not... I hesitate to say I was ever really a Harry Potter fan. I enjoyed the books a lot, and I was kind of excited for the movies.
Yeah.
But I think age and experience with really shitty adaptations of book movies
Yeah.
has really burned me out
On book movies.
on book movies because they're always terrible. Like,
It's-
the only one that's ever really struck me as a really good movie that I can think of,
Jaws?
like straight up, is Scott
We're
Pilgrim.
gonna need a bigger boat.
Yes.
Like, Scott Pilgrim was
You
a
really
really
like that.
good. Well, okay, I'm a huge.
Yeah, you're a huge
Yeah,
Scott
I,
Pilgrim.
exactly.
I love Scott Pilgrim, but I'm not gonna go get a tattoo of it, and I'm not gonna like.
Really?
I'm not gonna geek out about it. I thought about it for a while. I'm not gonna lie, but I realized that that's kind of stupid.
No.
Like, that's kind of stupid for me to do.
I'm not. Yeah, sure. That's.
I'm not geeking out about Scott Pilgrim
Fair
all
enough.
the time.
Fair
Like,
enough.
I don't like if I were to get something more realistic for me to get a tattoo of would be like Pokemon or
that-
Angel Beats.
That's what
Like,
tattoos are
those
all
two
about.
things-
Is making a decision you will regret when you're older.
I've thought about getting a tattoo of my name in circular Gallifreyan, which is the language.
So you want a tattoo of your own name? Cool.
Yeah, but in circular Gallifreyan.
What's that?
So you want a tattoo of your own name?
The language and
That's
what?
cool.
Time Lords, Doctor Who. I'm a big
Oh.
Doctor Who fan.
Are you now?
I am. I'm what would some
And
would
he's
probably
giving me
consider a
shit for
Whovian.
watching My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
Yeah, because Doctor Who has a plot and it's made for adults, you dumb fuck.
It doesn't have a plot. It's been going on for 50 years.
Yeah, and there's still a plot.
It's not the same plot, is it?
Theoretically, yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's a TV show, but it doesn't change the fact that A, it's
Fuck
about
it.
real people. I mean, yeah, one of them's an alien, but at least it's live action. It's not
My-
a fucking
My Little
magical,
Pony
sparkly unicorn fuck.
Friendship is Magic is made for people who appreciate friendship.
And the gays.
And I love you.
Mostly the gays.
And I love you.
Doctor Who's about a dude who has an infinitely sized blue box and can travel through all of space and time. How is that not interesting?
Because I saw Bill and Ted and it was awesome.
Yeah, but Doctor Who preceded Bill and Ted by 30 years.
But it wasn't as good as Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted was an excellent movie. I
Yes.
wouldn't disagree with you, but Doctor Who is infinitely better.
Okay, now you're just lying to piss me off.
No, I'm a fan.
Fair
I'm
enough.
a fan.
Alright. Truce?
Truce.
Alright.
Doesn't change the fact that My Little Pony's gay.
Or
but
the
to
fact
each
that
their
Doctor Who is just Bill and Ted on fucking downers.
again preceded Bill and Ted by 30 years.
It's still Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted is Doctor Who stoned.
You ever see Faulty Towers?
I have not.
It's not funny.
Well, good.
You ever see Doctor Who?
I have.
It's not good.
It's great.
I haven't seen it. I came over here and watched like 5 minutes. There was like an invisible person who was this lady's dead father or something. And then it played like the intro. And I'm like, I'm done. That's it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's some invisible ghost shit. I don't fucking know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, point being...
He just wants to shut me up. Go ahead.
That Scott Pilgrim was a really good adaptation
That's
of a
what we
book
were talking about.
into a movie.
Yes.
And I think that has to do a lot with the director. Who directed Fight Club? That was another...
David Fincher.
Okay, David Fincher, great director.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know... I haven't read Fight Club, but the movie was great.
Yeah.
David Fincher also directed Seven, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Which was another great movie.
Right, exactly. Like I said, not a great director. Not a bad director at all.
No.
But, like...
I have heard... I've never read Fight Club either, but I've heard from numerous people that the movie was an excellent adaptation of the book.
Fair enough. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I think as far as books to movies go, especially as popular of a series as Harry Potter was, obviously they couldn't do the books justice in the movies, but I think they did the best they could, and I don't think it was too terrible.
I think, but to me, that totally defeats the purpose of there being a book into a movie. Like, if you have to read a book before you watch a movie, that just defeats the purpose of there being a movie at all.
Most of the time, well, John dies at the end.
Yeah.
A book that I read by one of the guys who writes for Cracked, that Melly introduced
Right,
me to,
yeah.
David Wong. It's really fucking good book. The movie that came out, I was so excited about, and I know I shouldn't have been. I know that was a stupid decision on my part. But the movie was the most god-awful waste of an hour and a half I have ever fucking experienced. Like, it's the shittiest movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Regardless of having read the book, it's a horrible fucking movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't change the fact that the book is incredible, but now that movie's out there, making people think that's what the book is like.
Exactly.
And nobody wants to read the book
But
anymore.
to expand on that, like, 2 examples. One
Found a
was...
quarter.
Nice. One was the 4th Harry Potter movie. The 4th Harry Potter book actually had a lot more to do, like...
Which one was this,
With-
by the way?
4th Harry Potter was...
Goblet
I
of
don't know,
Fire,
Goblet of
Fire.
the games...
It was the
I
first...
really liked that movie. What's wrong with that movie?
There was no,
Nothing
like...
like the book?
It didn't
Well,
seem
the
like
book
there
was
was any real...
437 pages.
Yeah, the book was the biggest one so far.
Fair enough.
The 5th one ended up being bigger, I think.
And
It
so
didn't,
did the 6th and the...
it didn't cover a lot of
The
stuff that it
seventh.
should
The
have
7th
covered.
wasn't quite that big. Was the 6th that big? I thought the 6th was smaller than the 5th. Babe?
Yeah. Only by... It wasn't bigger
Thank you.
by much.
5th was bigger, she said, if no one heard it.
No.
I don't think it was bigger by much.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
The 5th, I think, was the biggest book. And then...
Yeah. But the 5th had the most story development, character development, everything going on for it. The book didn't have a whole lot of that. From what I remember, it's been years since I've read it. The movie had 0. Yeah. The movie just didn't do anything but action scene, action scene, action scene. Okay, we're going to talk about how the next action scene is going to play out. Action scene, action scene, action
the
scene.
4th movie is easily
Cedric
the
dies,
least memorable for
end.
me.
Now,
Roll
see,
credits.
here's my question after, having heard you two discuss all of this. Do you think that the reason that Scott Pilgrim was good, who directed that?
The guy who directed...
That's not
Shaun
even
of the
important.
Dead?
Was he a fan
Yeah.
of Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah. As far as I
were the
know.
people who directed Harry Potter, were they fans of Harry Potter?
I don't know the answer to that question, but I do know that from what I understand, for a good portion of the filming, the author of Harry Potter was on site.
Rowling, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
So she may have approved some of the...
She
screenplay and all
approved,
that?
I think most of it, if I'm not mistaken. She's also since I heard recently that she's approved some sort of fan fiction, like the story of James Potter, his dad.
Huh.
And that she, like, it's not an official thing.
God.
That's actually kind of a neat idea.
No,
that is
it's
kind
not.
of neat, but
No,
at the same
you're not
time,
a big fan
it's
of fan
not.
fiction?
I fucking hate fan fiction.
Fair enough.
Cut the fan fiction.
Well,
No,
I've read good and bad fan fiction. But
That's all Star Wars: The Extended Universe is.
See,
It's glorified fan fiction. You know what else is fan fiction?
What?
Fucking 50 Shades of Grey.
is that really?
Yes, it really is.
Of
It's
what?
Twilight fan fiction.
Is it
really?
Twilight?
Yes.
Motherfuck! No wonder it's supposed to suck dicks.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
That's my whole point.
It's about sucking dicks, and it sucks dicks somehow.
yeah, no, and you know what bothers me about
I
things
haven't read
like,
it. I'm just assuming.
to kind of change the subject a bit, if I may, what bothers me about the trendy shit like Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey is especially for women, like 99% of women, doesn't matter who the fuck you are or what you're into.
Yeah.
But you get up one morning and the internet tells you need to read these books because they're what's cool, and they do it. They don't give a fuck what it's about, and then they talk about how awesome it is because they're supposed to. And it drives me insane. Women aren't allowed to develop opinions on shit. It seems like it's just women's fictional shit and popular shit for women that's like that. But
I disagree.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
There's a lot of music that sucks fucking dicks these days.
Well,
that
I mean,
everybody's shoving down their fucking throat and they buy
that's very
into it.
true.
That's all popular music is. Well, that's all a lot of popular music is.
But like, I read
YOLO.
that too. Well, I didn't read. I listened to Gilbert Godfrey read a passage from 50 Shades of Grey.
I did that. That was awesome.
Which, in and of itself,
That
is
was
fucking hilarious
hilarious.
because
That was
Gilbert Godfrey
awesome.
is
Oh my
a
God.
creepy fucker. But like, just from that one passage of the book that he read, I could tell that it was written by someone who didn't know how to fucking write.
Yeah,
know the
or
fucking-
have sex.
Or
have sex.
Or
Yeah.
have any command of the English language at all.
But see, that's all any fucking romance novel is. Like,
maybe I just
I
haven't
had an
read
English
romance
teacher
novels.
in high school, and she actually started writing romance novels. And every romance novel's the fucking same. It's got fucking Fabio on the cover, and it talks about throbbing members and love gaps or some fucking just put together two nonsense words, and it means penis or vagina.
Penis or vagina.
And once again, back to penis.
Yes.
Well,
No,
that
I
was
want to
actually-
do that. I
was
want to
actually
do that
a
with
proper
self-help
segue.
books.
Yeah.
though.
I'm proud of you.
I want to do that with self-help books. I want to do what Brian Griffin did on Family Guy and just be like, fuck it, I'm going to write a self-help book. Wish it, want it, do it. And just say 3 different things or 5 different steps that are completely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It'll
And
sell, actually. That's what's
expand
really
upon
sad.
them, filling pages
You
upon
just-
pages
you just
with
have to have a
absolutely
hook.
nothing.
You just have to have a hook.
And
Exactly.
what I need to do is make up a bullshit story of how it worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I wouldn't do
You-
that
you'd
because
have
then
to
you
have-
wind up on Oprah and they say you lied and then your sales tank and it's never the same.
Well, I mean, not
As long as
not
you've made all the
necessarily. Not
As long
necessarily.
as nobody kills themselves over it.
Well, and beyond that, I could say it works for me, but if it's just a matter of thinking positive and changing your attitude and having a better outlook on life, nobody can disprove me.
Fair enough.
Because I woke up one day and decided I was going to have a great day, and by God, I had a wonderful fucking day.
Yeah,
So buy my book.
If you wind up on Oprah or something like that, say, can you scientifically prove me wrong? And what's she gonna fucking say?
Yeah, like
We've brought all these top
happiness
scientists
makes
in.
people happier. No one can disagree with that.
Exactly.
So if I
Fair
tell
enough.
people, "Hey, be happy," it'll make you happy. Like, doesn't change the fact that, like, I don't know, it's not
Easier
quite
said-
that.
Be, be happy if you want to be happy. Easier said than done, right? Wrong. Be happy, and you'll be happy.
But in reality,
That
it is
easy.
easier said than done.
Yeah,
Like,
it really is.
as long as you pretend that it's not and fill at least like 150 pages with bullshit,
Yeah.
make all kinds of money.
Exactly.
Well, and I actually think, if you really want to be happy enough, you can make yourself be happy just by wanting to be happy. I think there are people who can make,
Maybe on a person by person basis. I mean,
That's basically the
people
plot
who
of
have-
Yes Man.
make that thought manifest itself in their life.
exactly.
I'm
but,
not one of those people.
Well, at the
but-
same time, things like clinical depression exist.
Yeah,
like some people
that's
just
why I'm
can't
not one of
fucking
those
do
people.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, on the same token, like, I don't know, people can be convinced that they can will themselves into doing just about anything.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
gonna go take a piss.
All right. On that note, let's I don't know.
We
Do
can't
something.
end on that note. We've got to do something.
Really, we can't end on that note.
No, because I would just like bitching.
That'd
about,
be
never
fucking brilliant. Just end right there, and everybody's like, "What the fuck happened?"
What the hell?
They all died.
All right, Chance is going to take a piss, and I guess Blaine and I are here. What are we going to talk about now, Blaine?
I don't know.
How much we have not been playing this game at all?
Yeah, I started to put it up.
Did you?
Honestly, I
Okay.
did.
Well, fuck. I guess we're done. I didn't know if we, maybe you wanted to save our card progress and continue it on another day. Because I'm pretty sure I was winning. I'm pretty sure
I can attest
there
to
was
that.
no one who was winning.
Honestly, no, not really.
Did you have actually any victory points?
No, nobody had any
Okay,
victory
I didn't either.
points. I don't know. It's such an easy game to pick up that we can just
Pick it up again. Fair enough. Just like Ascension or another deck
Yeah,
building
it's
game.
a really quick deck building game.
That was pretty interesting though. I like the fact that it's based on the Wasteland / Fallout universe.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
That's very
and
cool.
the currency is Nuka-Cola caps
yeah.
because I fucking 100% in Fallout 3 and I played as much of New Vegas as I could handle. There were aspects of that game I
New
didn't
Vegas
care
is
for.
really slow going.
It is, and there's
I'm not a huge fan.
the main quest line isn't very long. Like the main quest line in Fallout 3 seems longer than it did in New Vegas.
The main quest line in Skyrim really isn't that long. The only reason it took me so
I
long
guess
to
it's
beat
not.
it. The only reason it took me so long to
You're
beat it was because I went through and did all the Dark Brotherhood quests.
That's true.
And
I
a
was
whole
told
bunch
that
of other
Skyrim had nearly limitless side quests.
It actually does.
Damn
yeah.
near, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think they randomize and
Very
just keep
possibly.
adding side quests.
shit. Very possibly.
Really?
Yeah, you'll always find somebody who needs something done.
I left the door open while I was pissing. I really hope the mic picked up the sound of the piss.
I don't think it did.
I really hope.
I don't
though.
think it's that good.
It's not that good.
I can dream.
Yeah, you
Sure.
can dream.
Yeah, sure, it did. It
Thanks.
did. I actually saw it.
If
Next-
you think positive,
Next time that happens, I'm going to pick up the computer and the mic and walk in there and record you pissing
please.
on the podcast. Do you think we'd be able to put that on? What are we going to do with this podcast? Are we going to put it on iTunes or YouTube, or how do you even go about that?
Well, if it's a podcast, then it'll be on iTunes. But if it's
Not necessarily.
if it's not,
Yeah.
well,
You can. have a
I've
podcast
seen
on it.
podcasts on YouTube.
Yeah.
well, then it's not technically a podcast because I think the
Well, it is.
original
I can
idea
listen
of
to-
a podcast was that it was
I have a hard
podcast-
time accessing
The meaning
podcasts
for
on my
podcast
phone.
has changed. It's just
Well,
like
fair enough.
anything else.
Yeah.
well. Either way, then I guess we can put it on iTunes. We can put it on YouTube. We can put it on.
I hear people call
Tumblr?
MP3 players
Is Tumblr still a
iPods.
thing?
Can you put music files on Tumblr?
I don't
thought
fucking
Tumblr was
know.
for pictures.
I don't know what it is. I just heard of it.
Okay.
I've never been on
Do you know?
Tumblr because I'm.
We can put it on
Tumblr?
Imgur.
We can.
Can we?
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
I was talking out my ass
Image
because
upload,
it was
so-
fun.
We can
Funny.
put a screenshot of the sound file on Imgur.
Yeah,
There you go.
sweet.
How long should we make these? Because I think we could keep on talking for fucking ages.
You're probably right.
Well, realistically, are you going to divide this one up into multiple ones?
No, I was just thinking about making one podcast.
Podcasts are generally anywhere between 45 and an hour and a half, usually.
Yeah.
Really? How long?
I've seen some that go
We're
into
at,
2
an hour
hours.
and 15.
Yeah, we're at hour 15.
And people. Oh, maybe it's just my lack of an attention span, but I can
That could
imagine
be,
Probably.
dude. I
listening to three dudes sitting bullshit for 2 hours.
Dude, I basically do listen to that every week.
A lot of people will drive and listen to them.
Rooster Teeth Podcast is awesome. Listen to that podcast too, but listen to ours first because we're better. Okay, got that
okay.
plug in.
Okay. Also, I don't know.
I don't know. Do you guys have anything you want to plug, maybe? I mean, obviously we don't have any sponsors. This is our first podcast, but if there's anything we like and we want to get out there to people to actually fucking listen to it or watch it.
I play the drums. I'm not in a band, but I may be eventually, and when I am, you should come see me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chance Lyles,
There you go.
drummer extraordinaire.
Ish.
Yeah. Drummer
By
extraordinaire.
Super House of Dead Ninja.
You've played before with the fucking dude who does the stuff. What's his name?
Chris Engel.
What?
Never Shout Never.
Never Shout Never. Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to know the guy. Play with him. All
Yeah,
that stuff.
he-
We're not going to talk about that. I just felt like we should say that Chance is that fucking awesome.
Well, we'll see. Anyway. Cool. So there's that. Something about ninjas, Blaine?
Do you
Yeah.
want me to cut that out?
I don't care.
Okay.
Super House
Ninjas.
of Dead Ninja.
Super House of Dead
Yeah,
Ninja. Is
it's
that a real
Adult
thing?
Swim's. It's Adult Swim's first game that they put on Steam, I guess.
Okay.
They had like a Flash game. They advertise it all the time on.
Did you buy it?
Yeah,
And
it
play
was
it?
like it was like less than $5 on Steam, and it was awesome.
Really?
It's a lot of fun.
Cool. What
Right
kind
on.
of game? Is it like a platformer? or?
It's I guess it's a platformer. It's kind of like a mix between Metroid and Castlevania
Huh.
kind of deal.
Fair enough. I always figured Metroid was like a mix between Metroid and Castlevania. Just saying.
Fair enough. It's a lot like Castlevania.
What?
It's probably a little bit. I think it's a little bit faster paced.
Okay. Yeah, Metroid was kind of... That's probably why I could never get into Metroid. It was just so fucking Metroid-y.
If you have an Apple product, download Jetpack Joyride and don't plan on doing anything else while you take a shit for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Jetpack Joyride, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
I don't have an Apple product.
Well, there may be an app for it on Android Network, but...
Hey, Apple, if you want to send me a free iPod Touch, I will use it. I will not use an iPhone.
Why won't you use an iPhone?
He'll use an iPhone. He just won't activate it on a network.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much why.
Speaking of which, I actually have...
That's fair.
I actually have 2 iPhones that I'm not using. If you would like to use them, as they're 8 gigs.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If you want to give me one,
yeah,
I will fucking absolutely use the shit out of that disc.
Absolutely.
Can I keep your thing on it, or can I like sync it with my own? How does that work?
Yeah, you should be able to sync it with your own.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I can use Color Splash again.
Oh my god.
I've missed Color Splash so much. Okay, let me say this: Color Splash. If you have an iPhone, buy Color Splash. It is fucking amazing. If you have an Android, I would not use Color Splash. Maybe it's just the fact that I can't zoom as far on Android, or it might be the fact that the touch functions aren't as good on Android.
So much dick compared to iPhones.
As they are on iPhones, but I have such a hard time using Color Splash on my Android. And it's fucking amazing on my old iPod Touch.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
You paid for an app?
I've paid for a few apps.
Yeah.
Well,
that was one I figured I'd get a lot of use out of, and I did.
Yeah. The only app I ever paid for was the CTA bus tracker.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's Chicago Public Transportation.
Yeah.
Why would you have to pay for that?
Well, you can use, like, each bus stop and shit will have, like, a number you can text, and it'll tell you when the bus is going to be there next. But that takes a second, as opposed to using the app. You can just open the app, and it's like, you're here, the bus will be here in a minute. I was like, oh, cool.
Neat.
That's cool.
I mean, it's only like $2. I mean, if it would have been like a $6 app, I would have been like, fuck it, I'll text. But
yeah.
If they'd had that in Tulsa, I would have been like, no, Tulsa's not as big as Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still pretty big, and they did have a decent bus system.
I think that's a lot of the idea behind that.
Have you guys ever ridden the trolleys here? No. I never have.
No, I
don't.
haven't.
We should do that one day.
The trolley. You mean the bus that looks like a trolley?
Yes, it's
not
called
an actual...
the lamplight trolley.
Yeah,
but it's not an actual trolley.
No. But yeah, the bus that looks like a fucking trolley.
Yeah, no, I have not ridden that. But they've got bus stops popping up all over town.
Yeah,
apparently Joplin's trying to be a thing, but it's not gonna work.
By the way, we live in Joplin. If you didn't know.
Yeah, Joplin, Missouri, the place where in May of, what was it, 2011?
I think it was 20...
what
was last year?
May 22nd, 2011.
Last year was 2012.
Yeah. May 22nd, 2011, the big-ass tornado that fucked up Joplin. We live here.
Yeah.
We all died in the tornado.
Except for the fact that we didn't.
Actually, I don't think any of us know anybody that died.
I do. The lady who sold me my last iPhone died in the tornado.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. She was really nice. Her name was Cheryl.
That's sad.
Did you know her on a real personal basis?
She had sold me 2 or 3 different phones.
Oh, fair enough.
So I knew her in the kind of she's my cell phone guy.
Oh,
yeah. You know.
You got a cell phone guy?
It always sucks when a nice person dies.
Yeah, and she was really nice. Exactly. It's kind of sad.
I did know people who got their houses torn down.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know several people who...
Two members of my family lost their homes.
Jordan was in a hallway and the rest of the house was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Should I cut that out?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You probably cut that out.
Probably a good idea.
You should probably cut like 85% of this out.
No, this is fucking brilliant. What are you talking about? This is great.
Great A shit.
Fuck!
I like how you're eating all my fucking cookies.
I'm done.
I'm kidding.
I'm done.
Completely kidding.
They are eating white striped chocolate shortbread cookies. If you can hear that horrible crinkling in the audio, I might leave it in at like just one little instance of it in, so this makes sense.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm fat.
They won't know any better if I cut this all out. If I don't, then they'll know that you're an insensitive prick. I love you.
Exactly.
I love you so much, man. I love both of you guys. Happy birthday again.
Yeah, it's Blaine's birthday
drunk?
still.
I've said happy birthday to him like 8 fucking times today. No. Happy birthday.
I think you're drunk.
Today is Blaine's 23rd birthday. He is the youngest person here because my 23rd birthday was Saturday. Today's Monday. That was 2 days ago. I'm still older than him.
And I'm older.
Yeah, Spencer's
29,
Spencer's
28.
Spencer's
I'm 28.
Spencer's
28.
pushing 90.
You'll be 29 this year.
I will be 29 this year.
You're not that much older.
You know what? You were like 23 when I met you.
Yeah, right? That was fucking years ago.
Fucking doodle-doo, man. That was a long time ago.
You were at Penny's?
Yeah.
You came back from college?
No, I worked at Penny's.
Brett came back from college.
Yeah, Brett came back from college. You guys became buddies for a while.
We were dicks to you for a while.
Yeah, you guys
Sorry
were both
about that.
dicks to me. I remember when you came up to ask for an application, or came up to ask to talk to the manager or something.
Really?
Because I was like, I remember thinking, this guy is the first dude that's ever wanted a job here that's actually dressed appropriately for a fucking job interview.
Yeah.
And he was looking fucking slick, too, man.
I dress up pretty nicely when I dress up. Thank you, sir.
Spencer dresses pretty nicely most of the time anyway. He's a pretty well-dressed guy.
I don't know.
Fairly
when I'm laying
well
around the house, I
Well,
wear
laying around
ratty
the
fucking
house is
clothes.
one thing, but if you
lay
leave...
around the house.
When I lay around the house, I really lay around the house.
But it's not because he's fat. He's because he's like 94 feet tall. He can literally wrap himself
Yes.
around it.
It's fun. I'm like Jake the dog in that way.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, yeah, I remember the time you got pissed and threw a beanbag.
Threw a hole and made a hole in the wall.
Yeah, it made a hole in the wall. That was fucking brilliant.
Did I get pissed or did I fuck up juggling? Because I was trying to teach myself
you
to
were
juggle.
actually. I think you were actually pissed. I think you actually threw it at Brett or I.
Probably. But you guys together were
And then
dicks.
he's a cockbite now anyway, so fuck him.
Yeah, you guys were being dicks to me. He's the one
Yeah.
who fucked your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's true, right? He fucked my girlfriend. And
I did not fuck his girlfriend.
he did not fuck my girlfriend. Thank you for that, by the way.
Okay, no problem,
Thank
dude.
you for not fucking
And
my
thank
girlfriend.
you for not fucking my girlfriend. Yeah, I didn't know you when I had
Right
a girlfriend,
on.
but thank you anyways.
No, I've never known you when you had a girlfriend.
Man, that was...
Okay. Hopefully here, like, maybe in the next few weeks, months. We'll see what happens. I might have one.
I'm going to let you bleep this name out
Fingers crossed.
when we're recording this, but did not count
As what?
as a girlfriend?
She did? Why?
Well, I mean, when she was up here visiting for that couple of days, I
I
assumed
didn't
she
know
was...
Blaine.
You lived with him?
Oh, she wasn't my girlfriend then.
Oh.
She's married.
Were you guys not fucking mercilessly the entire time she was up here?
No. No, she's married, dude.
Uh,
I would prefer not to sleep with a married chick just because I know how much it sucks to have someone fuck your significant other. Shut the fuck up. I have to edit that out just in case she ever listens to it. Motherfuck.
Either way.
she was a real charmer.
She's a nice girl.
Hey. So was... I don't know, I was gonna try and think of a
I
famous
just don't
stupid
like saying
person.
mean things about people unless they're complete fucksticks, Brett.
Yeah.
I
I saw his ass at Stogie's the other day, and he was like, "Hey man," and he gave me a hug, and he
here's-
was like,
here's
"Haven't
what
seen you in
bugs me.
forever," and I was like,
Stogies? What the fuck is Stogies?
"It's a place on 7th."
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're like, yeah, alright.
Whatever. And then he's like, "This is my kid. His kid's wide. His kid's not fat. His kid is not fat at all. But he's like probably 2 or 3 years old, and his name's something fucking ridiculous. And he's a wide child. Like his
yeah?
face is just like a little bit wider, and his shoulders
He's just a wide kid.
But he's not fat. Like he's thin. He's fairly fit.
How
for
did that happen? Brett's not wide. Becca's not wide.
I don't know.
Was Becca there?
No, he was there with some old guy.
Fair enough.
Who it was.
Some old dude. Alright. I was gonna say something. I don't remember what it fucking was.
Cool story, bro.
Oh, yeah. I got cheated on with a ginger kid.
Nah.
How much does that suck for me? No offense to any gingers who may be listening to this. See, I'm trying to cover all my bases and offend everyone in the first podcast, so the people who aren't giant pussies will keep listening.
Yeah?
I thought, okay.
Flying spaghetti
I
monster.
ruined the joke.
Flying spaghetti
Pastafarians.
monsters, I think. Yeah,
Pastafarians, yeah.
Also Rastafarians, but you're probably not going to be listening to this anyway, so...
Well, they might, but they'll be high as fuck, so they won't care.
yeah, they're just laughing.
They'll
Like,
love
hey,
it.
we got mentioned,
They're
guys.
still laughing about you saying dicks and cocks. Yay! From when we came back after
45
this.
minutes.
Yeah.
That was awesome. We are at actually a minute and 28. Do we want to keep going, or do we
Minute
want to
and
end this
28?
on a fucking high
Damn.
offensive note?
A minute and 28? This
Yeah.
is the shortest minute and 28 seconds I've ever
I said a minute
experienced.
28. I'm in an hour 28.
Oh!
Yeah.
Longest.
Longest minute and 28 seconds.
Longest minute and
ever.
28 seconds I've ever experienced.
Oh my god.
Well, if we enjoyed this so far, do we want to do it again, or do we have no desire to do this again?
Alright.
Or are we going to wait and see what happens
Well, we should probably have some, like, points of interest as opposed
in the future?
to... Yeah.
As opposed to just rambling?
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
That'd probably be a good idea. I have a feeling we'll get off track even with points of interest.
Well, yeah, but at least,
we've
we'll
got,
have
like-
we'll have something on paper to go back to.
If we
Yeah.
say, okay, we've gotten way off track,
See, when
let's
we-
go to point 2.
Yeah.
When we planned on doing our first podcast 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think we had some points of interest.
Yeah.
But now they're all gone.
Mm,
I've forgotten about them, or they have gotten old, old news.
weather update.
Honestly,
It's weathering outside.
yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's
There's some
Is it still weathering?
rain,
Is it raining?
sleet, ice,
I don't-
snow,
I don't know
cold,
that it is.
cloudy. It's just kind of a...
It rained and then it started turning into snow and then it was like a sleet
Yeah, and then it stopped.
and that stopped.
Weak.
When you look outside, it just makes you think of sad.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
kind of a dreary day. Kind of a Sylvia Plath kind of day.
Yeah.
go stick my head in the oven, kill myself.
Put my hand in the bottom of this jar of sand and barbed wire.
For a dollar bill.
Yeah.
Was that sand and barbed wire or salt and barbed wire?
Salt.
Salt
Maybe
water
it
and
was
barbed
salt.
wire.
Salt and barbed wire.
Whatever.
Either way, it probably
I was like,
sucked.
sand and barbed wire, that'd be fucking hard, man. You have to wiggle it down in sand, and that'd get you cut up even more. That's a better idea than salt water and barbed wire.
I think it was just salt and barbed wire, though, so you'd have to do the
Salt
same thing
water.
with salt, except it would be
Yeah,
salt
it
and
was
a lot
some
of
type
other
of
ones.
liquid.
Was it?
Salt water and sand.
It was
I would say
something
salt water, sand.
and barbed wire. I'm
Do
not
some
even
salt
sure it was
water
salt water.
sand,
That's like my favorite drug.
right?
Saltwater sand?
Yeah.
You guys want to do some bath
It's
salts?
also my favorite thing to sink in
Let's
the,
do
in
some
the fucking
bath salts and
rainforest
kill the
when I'm
neighbors.
adventuring. Shut the fuck up.
Quicksand?
I was joking.
Well, what if I tossed you a snake to try and pull you out? Are you going to Indiana Jones on me, or will
Fuck
you grab
yeah,
the fucker?
fuck a snake.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. Fuck.
Titanium's on.
Is that good?
No.
It's not.
No.
Was it not a good song?
It's not a good song.
Okay.
Well, it's David.
David
Guetta?
Guetta. I like David
Guetta.
Guetta.
You do?
Yeah. The World Is Mine is a fucking brilliant song.
Okay.
Spencer sometimes likes music that's...
Bad to everyone else.
Well, so
yes.
does Chance.
Yeah, so does Blaine, though, to be fair. We all do.
Yeah, we all have different tastes in music in
Yeah.
certain areas.
But on the same
Spencer
note...
less so than Chance.
What?
You like less bad music than Chance does.
Really?
He doesn't like music with screaming in it.
I largely don't, but I do like some of it.
Yeah, I
See, you like some of it, but you also like Nightcore. He likes a lot more of the screaming stuff. And
What's wrong with Nightcore?
Nightcore.
Yeah, he doesn't like Nightcore.
I don't even know what the fuck
It,
that
it
is.
speeds up techno and to where there's chipmunk voices,
Yeah.
and it's just really fast-paced techno. with
And my
chipmunk
taste
voices.
in music is worse than his.
What's wrong with that? It's Nightcore.
Yeah, he's made me listen to a lot less Nightcore than I've heard you listen to screaming music.
I haven't listened to screaming music in a long time.
I know,
anyway.
but still, bad taste is still in my mouth. Still don't like the taste of music.
Alrighty.
At least I don't like Coldplay.
On that note, I think it's
Fuck Coldplay!
Hey,
I completely agree there.
Okay.
I do too.
Okay.
Also, Maroon 5 sucks.
Presently, I don't disagree with you. There was a time when I appreciated Maroon 5's music.
Okay.
That time has come and gone.
I think the reason I really don't like them is I didn't like them very much at first, and then everyone kept telling me I looked like the lead singer, so that made me like them even less
You
because
do look
now
like
I was
Adam Levine, don't you?
right. I'm now associated with them.
Similarly, Adam Levine looks quite a bit less Jewish than you do.
Well, it's the big nose that does it,
well, the big nose and the fro.
and yes, the Jew fro that I'm currently rocking.
Jewy, froey.
But I like I like your fro.
I appreciate that. I don't care for it, but I've heard that people with curly hair hate having curly hair, and people who don't have curly hair want curly hair.
See, if I were given the option, I would probably stick with the hair I've got. But
See,
at the same time,
that's good.
it would be neat to have a fro for a couple of days.
For a couple days, you can get a perm, man.
That
exists.
I don't want to do that.
That
I said
actually
it- I
doesn't
said it'd
look
be-
like a fro. It looks worse than a fro.
Yeah,
somehow.
no. I said I wanted to have a fro for a couple of days,
I
not
I
lose
don't
my
have a fro
masculinity.
either. I have a Jew fro. Like fros, I feel like are tighter
Yeah,
curls.
fros are cooler, I guess, realistically than Jew fros, but I still
Jew
like your
fros
Jew
are cool.
fro.
They were popularized by the OC. I was into the OC when it came out. The first season was awesome.
So if that tells you anything about Spencer,
I watch chick flicks and I like good stuff.
including dicks.
I'm a real man who likes dicks. And on that note, I think we should end.
It's probably a good call.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Say bye, dick.
Bye, Dick.
Thank you.